We're starting with the classic before everything went to absolute shit landscape. Some poor shepherd is just minding his flock when the sky literally starts to crack open. Then the eye of Sauron's final form peeks through, shattering reality like cheap glass. So yeah, the Demon King and his boys decided to invade, as they do. But the world needed heroes, and someone's about to get a power-up. Enter the Divine Knights, God's personal S-tier gotcha pulls, ready for a crusade. They made a deal with the big man upstairs and started absolutely wrecking the monster army. But even after winning, the Demon King left behind his nasty magical pollution everywhere. This demon miasma basically one-shots most people, but it teases that some survived. And by survived, they mean turning into this gnarly crystal tentacle horror show. So the miasma doesn't just kill you, it turns you into these long-tongued freaks. And these new demons are already going feral, literally taking heads clean off. Some poor bastard tries to book it, but it's way too late for that noise. Then this new guy with purple hair shows up acting all dramatic like he missed the party. Turns out purple hair is Kieran, a Divine Knight vice commander, and he is absolutely pissed. He's just surveying the absolute shitshow of a battlefield, and yeah, it's a total wipeout. Then his boy runs up screaming about a red moon, and Kieran's face just says, "Oh fuck." Because a red moon is basically the game's way of saying a world boss is spawning. One of his guys is already trying to dip, but Kieran's locked on the boss's location. The whole place is glowing red, and you just know something nasty is about to crawl out. Purple hair Kieran hears something in the wreckage and is absolutely bugging out. He finds the source of the noise, and it's a single human survivor in the demon's den. Bro, it's a literal baby, just chilling in the middle of a demon-infested war zone. And boom, we hit him with the classic 15-year time skip to when things are peaceful. We're in an orphanage where they're basically force-feeding kids propaganda about the Divine Knights. Some random brown-haired punk starts trying to start shit with our boy at the dinner table. And it's Laika, the miracle baby, all grown up and already complaining about his food portions. The bully is just looking at him like he's a talking piece of lint, completely unimpressed. Our boy Laika immediately backs down, showing all the spine of a wet noodle. My man is so small, he's just a tiny gremlin fuming in the background while everyone else eats. My man is so small, he's just a glowing speck of pure, concentrated rage in the background. Laika's having a whole internal monologue, trying to sound edgy while staring down his spoon. And here we go with the tragic backstory montage of his village getting absolutely wrecked. So everyone thinks he's a monster because he survived and has a birthmark. Kids are assholes. The brown-haired bully decides Laika's day isn't shitty enough and reaches for his bowl. And this dickhead dumps his leftover fish bones right into Laika's food. The bully then has the nerve to say, that's enough food for a monster like him. Turns out all the orphans hate him because their families got folded by demons. Tough crowd. Some adult finally calls the bully over, probably to give him a medal for being a dick. And this little shit immediately starts fake crying to play the victim. Textbook trash bag behavior. The adult explains the crying kid's parents just got eaten, basically trying to justify the hate. Then the little shit points right at Laika, blaming his kind for the whole mess. And of course, the bully's muscle shows up with his whole crew demanding an apology. Our boy tries to defend himself, but the kid is just screaming for his parents back. The kid hits him with the "you monster" line, and you can see it just shatters Laika. So the muscle just decides to skip the talking and absolutely floors our boy with one punch. This psycho is literally standing over him, still screaming at him to apologize. My man is just on the floor, completely broken and with zero fight left in him. He finally apologizes for something he didn't even do, totally alone in a circle of haters. And his reward for getting his ass beat is mopping the entire hall by himself. Laika's just accepted that his life has been a decade-long L, stuck in this shithole orphanage. But there's a loophole. A once-in-a-lifetime tryout to join the Divine Knights when you turn 15. My man is counting down the days to the selection test while on janitor duty. The ultimate glow-up is pending. And just like that, our boy hits his villain origin story monologue, vowing to escape this hellhole. His big plan is to become a Divine Knight, which is like trying to join the club that hates you. Time skip to the big day, and it's time for the Divine Knight draft in this fancy-ass church. All the orphans are lined up for their one shot at not being a miserable peasant anymore. Our boy Laika is in line, looking like a nervous chihuahua next to these other dudes. And of course, the muscle from before shows up to whisper some hater shit in his ear. The head priest rolls out with a magic Gatorade cup that decides your whole future. No pressure. The priest explains the rules. If the magic cup glows gold, you chug it and get superpowers. The catch is you have to offer up your most important thing to God. Totally not a sketchy deal. He reminds them it's a one-shot deal, and you can see the muscle looking all kinds of stressed. The priest hits them with the death stare, basically telling them not to screw this up. And someone immediately steps up to the plate, ready to make their big vow. All the other kids are just staring, probably wondering who's got the balls to go first. Oh, it's the muscle, screaming about how he'll never run from a monster again. And we get the tragic backstory. His little sister got absolutely folded by a giant snake demon. My man is going full-on revenge mode, vowing to commit monster genocide for his sister. The angel statue starts making some weird noises, like it's actually listening to this dude's edgy speech. And the angel statue lights up like a damn slot machine jackpot, so I guess God liked his speech. The priest is like, "Congrats, your wish is granted, but now you can't ever be a coward again." The muscle doesn't waste a second and just chugs the holy Gatorade like his life depends on it. And boom, my man is having his full-on magical girl transformation sequence right in the church. He's absolutely geeking out, feeling the power surge through him like a busted fire hydrant. Laika and the other kids are just staring, completely shook that the hater actually got superpowers. Then another kid steps up, vowing to ditch any future family for his orphanage bros. And what do you know? God's a sucker for the found family trope, cause this kid gets a glow up too. Now everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, screaming their vows like it's a Black Friday sale for powers. It's a damn power-up party and every rando is getting chosen, making the odds look worse for our boy. Laika's watching everyone get their glow up, looking like he's about to cry from secondhand hype. My man's internal monologue is just him trying to gas himself up for his big moment. The priest calls for the next contestant, and it's finally our boy Laika's turn at the plate. Laika steps up to the magic cup, looking like he's about to piss himself from the pressure. He starts his big hero speech about protecting people, going for that classic protagonist angle, and he immediately chokes, realizing the people he knows have been dicks to him his whole life. Bro is having a full-blown panic attack because he has literally nothing of value to offer God. His only real goal is to dip from this shithole, which isn't exactly a holy vow. My man just breaks down, screaming that he has nothing, which is the saddest flex ever. Then some mysterious voice hits him with the "just find something, dumbass" pep talk. The mystery voice starts doing some psychic surgery on our boy's soul without anesthesia. Laika is just completely bugging out, having no clue what's going on inside his own head. He feels something getting ripped out of him, which is usually a bad sign. And back in the real world, the holy Gatorade cup starts bubbling over with some demonic purple drink. Yeah, that's definitely not the gold tier power-up everyone else got. That's the cursed edition. The muscle and his crew are just staring, probably glad they went first and got the normal superpowers. Even the priest is like, "I've been doing this for years and I've never seen this level of bullshit." So he pulls the fire alarm and tries to cancel the whole ceremony before the church gets haunted. But Laika, channeling some new big dick energy, tells the old man to hold his horses. Then we get a random flash of the muscle getting absolutely bodied. Talk about a vibe killer. And that vision shows the muscle getting his arm taken clean off. Talk about a future L. My man is just getting his skull bashed in while the priest can only watch in horror. The priest is finally connecting the dots, realizing that holy Gatorade cup was definitely cursed. And even in a vision of his own death, the muscle still has the energy to call Laika a monster. Bro is absolutely terrified, finally realizing he picked a fight with the wrong damn person. So naturally, the muscle and his new power-up posse decide to jump our boy right there. The whole squad of newly minted knights are about to use their holy powers to bully a kid. The muscle charges up his first holy punch, ready to use it on the kid he's hated for years. Even the priest is screaming for them to stop, saying that power isn't for killing humans. But Laika just dropped a demonic Uno reverse card, shattering the whole damn church floor. Laika is just as confused as the muscle that his demonic power-up actually did something. And by something, I mean he opened a goddamn portal and summoned a giant purple demon. The new demon immediately starts trashing the place, and the other kids are absolutely losing it. The priest is screaming the obvious, while one of the new holy recruits gets instantly folded. Oh great, now they're just spawning out of thin air. This one's literally made of bad vibes. The priest is in full-blown panic mode, screaming for everyone to run and call for an adult. But his call for help is cut short by the giant shadow of the demon he was just yelling about. And the demon just swats the old man across the church like he's a damn housefly. Now a third demon shows up, and this one looks like it's ready to go on a killing spree. Our boy Laika is already bleeding on the floor, completely overwhelmed by the chaos he just started. Some kid is having a Captain Obvious moment, realizing the giant purple monster is in fact a monster. The muscle is still trying to bully Laika while the whole church is getting wrecked. Priorities, man. And my man remembers the fine print on his power-up. He's contractually obligated not to be a coward. The muscle's tough guy act completely evaporates the second the demon actually looks at him. Suddenly the bully is screaming for help and our boy Laika has a front row seat to some instant karma. Some random side character tries to rally the new recruits, screaming about how they have to fight. And this absolute genius immediately charges the boss with his 5-minute-old superpowers. Bold move. Laika is just watching the horror show he started, probably regretting every decision he's ever made. And the first volunteer gets instantly deleted, leaving behind just a head and an arm. So much for that vow. Yeah, God's new S-tier gacha pulls are getting absolutely farmed by these demons. Total wipeout. The muscle is realizing his new holy powers are absolutely useless against the shit Leica summoned. And the demon is just screaming in his face, reminding him of that no coward clause in his contract. Then this long-tongued freak shows up, ready to give him the world's worst French kiss. My man's life is flashing before his eyes, and it's just a highlight reel of him being a dick. Bro is having his final thoughts, and they're just, damn, I'm really gonna die in a church. Meanwhile, our boy Leica is looking at the cursed chalice like it's his last-ditch effort. That demonic purple drank is just sitting there, looking like a terrible life decision waiting to happen. Our boy is on the floor, bleeding out, but he's got that fuck it, we ball look in his eyes. He's crying, but it's the, I'm about to do something incredibly stupid kind of crying. And my man just grabs the cup, ready to chug the demon juice he accidentally brewed. Leica chugs the cursed Kool-Aid, screaming that he's not going out like a punk. The demon juice hits him like a freight train, and my man is not having a good time. Meanwhile, the muscle is about to get turned into a chew toy by the long-tongued freak. And yeah, that's a wrap for the muscle. He just got turned into a red stain on the floor. But back to our boy, who's unleashing a demonic spirit bomb that's leveling the whole church. The long-tongued demon that was just flexing gets absolutely vaporized by Leica's new power. Our boy is now the epicenter of a goddamn nuke, and the demons are finally getting a taste. And we get a full-on glow-up as Leica turns into this long-haired, edgy demon lord. This new version of Leica is just standing there, radiating pure, I own this place now energy. Then our boy wakes up, completely clueless about the absolute carnage he just caused. Our boy is looking at his new edgy form, wondering if he's having a nightmare or a glow-up. My man's having an internal monologue about feeling cold, which is a weird flex for someone on fire. And now he's feeling the juice, going full Super Saiyan with that demonic energy he just chugged. One of the demons he summoned decides to test the new management and is not looking happy about it. But Demon Leica just hits the Matrix dodge like that attack was moving in slow motion. Then the tentacle freak from before tries to jump him from behind. Absolute rookie mistake. Our boy just uses the tentacle as a damn ramp, pulling some Prince of Persia shit. He's airborne and charging up a punch that's glowing with pure fuck you energy. My man is about to introduce his fist to the demon's face after using it as a staircase. And he lands the hit with a whole-ass magic circle because a normal punch is for peasants. My man is screaming explode like he's casting his ultimate, putting his whole chest into it. And the demon just gets absolutely erased by a full-screen demonic spirit bomb. Total overkill. The demon's face is just a silent scream as it gets deleted from the game's files. Our boy is just standing there, watching his own power absolutely body the rest of the trash mobs. And after that whole light show, my man just decides to book it out of the crime scene. Hold up, we're cutting to the kid who got turned into a human McNugget earlier. My man is just floating in the afterlife, looking confused as hell about his recent dismemberment. Then he gets dropped back into reality, looking completely drained while some other kid watches. One of the muscle's cronies is watching this go down and is absolutely losing his goddamn mind. The resurrected kid looks at his arm, realizing he's been put back together like a damn Lego set. The resurrected kid is still processing the fact that he's not a human jigsaw puzzle anymore. Then a sword the size of a damn skyscraper just drops out of the sky, ending the party. And this fancy-ass sword just materializes, looking way too clean for this shit show of a church. Some new character in full plate is already talking cleanup duty like this is just another Tuesday. And this red-haired chick makes her grand entrance, standing on her sword like a damn anime protagonist. She immediately starts interrogating our boy, asking if he's the one who soloed the world boss. And yeah, she's got that I'm a main character glow and a smirk that says she's judging him hard. Our boy finally connects the dots and realizes the actual Divine Knights just crashed his demon party. Red Hair is just grinning at him, looking way too impressed by the kid who just nuked a church. She's basically giving him props for taking out the trash, completely ignoring the fact he summoned it. And we get a proper introduction for Red Hair Commander Arthur, who's got that main character energy. Our boy Leica is just fanboying over her giant sword, realizing the power gap is astronomical. Then the rest of her squad rolls up, confirming that yeah, she's the big boss around here. This new blue-haired musclehead starts complaining that she left them in the dust. Red Hair just calls her whole squad slow, while Leica watches the A-team assemble. My man is finally processing that this absolute unit is the commander of the Divine Knights. And you can see the gears turning in his head, cooking up a brand new escape plan. His one and only goal is back, get this lady's approval and dip from that shithole orphanage. So our boy just starts sprinting at her like a madman, and she's completely caught off guard. He gets right in her face and drops the most awkward job application line in history. My boy Leica is going for the Hail Mary, screaming about how he's their biggest fanboy. But the muscle's last crony immediately tries to get him killed, pointing and screaming, "Monster!" Red Hair calls out the hater for talking shit, while he's still trying to sell his Laika is evil story. Red Hair and Blue Hair exchange a look that just screams, "We're dealing with some serious bullshit here." The snitch starts spilling all the tea on Laika's demon form, basically painting a giant target on his back. Our boy tries to defend himself, but the snitch's slander game is just too strong right now, and Red Hair just casually flicks the snitch on the forehead to shut him the hell up. That one flick sends the little hater flying across the damn church like a ragdoll. My man is completely out of commission from a finger flick. The power difference is just sad. Red Hair then drops the mic, reminding the snitch that the monster is the reason he's still breathing. And the snitch is on the floor, crying for his life after getting one-tapped by the commander. Our boy Laika is just standing there, completely baffled that the big boss actually took his side. Red Hair immediately pivots, asking Laika what the hell he meant by not making a vow. Laika tries to explain that he was about to make a vow before all the demons he summoned crashed the party. My man is trying to sell her on the idea that he got night powers through a loophole, but Red Hair hits him with the facts, saying that's literally not how any of this works. She's grilling him now, asking what exactly he offered up to get his demonic glow-up. Then she drops the million-dollar question. Who or what did he actually make a deal with? Our boy is just stammering, admitting he didn't make a deal with anyone, which makes it even sketchier. Red Hair's face is just a perfect blend of, "I'm not mad, just disappointed," and "this kid is a problem." Red Hair gets all up in his grill, basically telling him to show her the demon powers he's been talking about. She's like, "All right, show and tell time, right now." And our boy Laika is not ready for this pop quiz. Laika's having a full-on meltdown because he has no clue how to turn on his own damn cheat codes. My man is trying to explain the situation, but Red Hair is just giving him the "are you serious right now" stare. She's completely over his excuses and decides to speed things up her own way. And by speed things up, she means she just yeets our boy into the stratosphere like a damn frisbee. Red Hair literally just threw him into low Earth orbit to see what would happen. Our boy is now experiencing terminal velocity and is understandably losing his shit. She's literally screaming at him from the ground to use his powers while he's falling to his death. And she's down there smiling and waving, basically telling him to figure it out or become a crater. Blue Hair is still on his hater shit, calling Laika a demon from the ground. Our boy is having a full-blown panic attack midair, questioning Red Hair's life choices. My man is just screaming his lungs out as gravity reminds him who's the real boss. Laika realizes he's about to be a red stain unless he can figure out his demon powers like yesterday. And just when you think it can't get worse, a giant flying whale monster shows up. Our boy's face just says, "You have gotta be fucking kidding me," as he meets the local wildlife. Blue Hair is like, "Oh shit, that's a sky eater," which is apparently a very bad thing. And the sky eater just inhales our boy like a goddamn McNugget. Problem solved, I guess. Blue Hair actually tries to be a hero for once, but Red Hair hits him with the hold up. Red Hair is just smirking, seeing this as the perfect live-action test for Laika's new powers. Blue Hair is still on his hater shit, calling Red Hair a demon for her insane training methods. And we get a close-up of their weird flying potato mascot, who is just vibing. Our boy Laika is just standing in the whale's stomach, having his "oh, this is my life now" moment. Yeah, that's a whole-ass bone collection floating in the stomach acid. Not a great sign. The reality finally hits, and Laika realizes he's about to become a digested statistic. And just like that, the about-to-die panic switch finally activates his demon powers. Of course, the whale's stomach has its own giant toothy tapeworm ready to say hello. Oh, it's not just one, it's a whole damn welcome party of intestinal nightmares. This one's going straight for the head, trying to turn our boy into a Pez dispenser. And we get a random flashback to the muscle's face right before he got absolutely deleted. Our boy is having a breakdown inside the whale while a tentacle gets way too personal. Laika's just marinating in stomach acid, deciding he hates the nights just as much as the orphanage. The whale's internal parasite decides it's dinner time and our boy is on the menu. But Laika decides that dying as whale food is an even bigger L than his entire life so far. And just like that, the imminent death panic button activates his edgy demon form again. Demon Laika starts charging up a punch that's glowing with pure, unadulterated rage. And he unleashes a goddamn spirit gun right into the whale's digestive tract. That energy blast is about to give this sky eater the worst case of heartburn in history. Meanwhile, Red Hair and Blue Hair are just chilling on the ground watching the show. Blue Hair calls her reckless and she basically admits she threw a kid to his death for science. Red Hair is already calculating if this kid's unholy power is something she can use for her own agenda. And the Sky Eater is getting absolutely shredded from the inside out by Laika's demonic indigestion. Our boy just bursts out of the whale like a damn chestburster covered in guts and glory, and now he's back to falling out of the sky, probably wondering if gravity is his new arch nemesis. Red Hair and Blue Hair are just watching from the ground like they're judging a diving competition. My man is about to make a Laika-shaped crater in the church courtyard, but Blue Hair finally moves. The hater actually catches him, asking if he's okay after watching him get eaten and then fall 10,000 feet. Laika is just groaning in his arms, completely drained after his first successful monster gutting. Blue Hair is looking at him with a weird mix of shock and respect, realizing the kid's not just talk. And he admits our boy is already vice commander level, which is a hell of a compliment from the hater-in-chief. And we get a flashback to purple hair Kieran being the only one who didn't want to delete baby Laika on sight. My man Kieran was already sweating bullets 15 years ago, knowing this kid was going to be a problem. So Blue Hair is confirmed to be Kieran, meaning he got a promotion and a new dye job since we last saw him. And Blue Hair Kieran just drops the "he should have died" line about the kid he saved. Father of the Year right here. Back to the present, Red Hair is talking to some random soldier who looks completely out of his depth. She just announces she's taking our boy Laika, basically to keep his demonic ass on a very short leash. Red Hair is just standing over the wreckage, probably wondering if this kid is worth the property damage. The soldier dude is basically saying they're desperate enough to recruit anyone, even a walking nuke. And we get a friendly reminder that the world is literally shattering, so yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Cut to our boy Laika, shirtless and already getting stared down by a new crew of potential bullies. Our boy Laika is giving the camera that blue steel look, ready for his next round of bullshit. And here's the local welcoming committee, already trying to start shit over territory. This goon really thinks his rusty-ass sword is gonna do anything to the main character. The whole squad of jobbers decides to jump him at once, which is a terrible, terrible idea. Our boy is just casually parrying a 4v1 like he's playing a rhythm game on easy mode. And my man just vanishes, leaving this bandit's tiny brain completely fried. This idiot really thinks it's over just because he lost sight of him. Famous last words. And there's the classic nothing personnel kid moment. He's already behind you, dumbass. Turns out he was protecting some lost kids this whole time. My man's a hero now, I guess. And the demon eye is back, which means these bandits are about to get absolutely deleted. And the bandit leader's face just says, "I have made a terrible career-ending mistake." The whole squad of jobbers is just standing there, completely baffled by how our boy just styled on them. So this big dumbass decides a crossbow is the answer to a guy who can literally teleport. And of course our boy vanishes again, leaving these clowns screaming into the empty woods. They finally spot him, and he's just standing there like they're a minor inconvenience. The crossbow goon powers up his shot, thinking a glowy arrow will somehow make a difference. My man really screamed "die" while shooting at the kid who can catch swords with his teeth. Our boy just casually catches the magic arrow and unleashes his own demonic light show. The resulting explosion is just a giant fuck you to everyone in the immediate vicinity. And the bandits are just staring, mouths wide open as they realize they picked a fight with a nuke. My man's birthmark is glowing, which is the universal sign for, you're all about to get fucked up. He takes one step and the whole damn forest floor is glowing with his demonic aura. And there it is, the full demon glow up, promising to end this shit with extreme prejudice. He hits them with the cold ass quickly, and you just know these bandits are already dead. The bandit leader is finally connecting the dots that he picked a fight with a final boss. Our boy just blitzes the entire squad, turning them into a red smear before they can even blink. Laika's just standing there post-carnage, looking like he just took out the trash. But my man's spidey sense is tingling, realizing this was way too easy for a reason. He screams for everyone to freeze, spotting the one last piece of shit still standing. And of course, the last bandit pulled the classic "I'll take the kid hostage" move. Coward. The last bandit hits him with the coward-ass "I'll kill the kid" move because of course he does. My man is sweating bullets, realizing he's threatening a kid in front of a literal demon. And he's got the blade right on the kid's throat, not playing around with his last-ditch effort. Our boy Laika is just pissed he missed one. Now he's got to deal with this hostage bullshit. And the kids he just saved are watching this go down, probably scarred for life now. So now we've got a standoff, with our boy trying not to get a kid killed by this last jobber. This psycho actually cuts the kid just to prove he's got the balls to do it. Laika is just dead silent, probably calculating the 14 million ways he can kill this dude. His hand starts glowing, and you know he's just figured out a way to end this clown's career. Our boy puts his hands up trying to de-escalate while probably planning a teleport decapitation. The bandit starts talking about selling the kid like he's a damn Funko Pop. Bro, read the room. Laika hits him with the twisted logic that he's just making good use of orphans. That's a new level of villain monologue. And this psycho just keeps digging his own grave, talking about selling kids to perverts. Yeah, he's dead. The bandit's face immediately shifts to, "I've made a catastrophic error in judgment." You think? Our boy just summons a goddamn energy whip and wraps it around the dude's arm. That's a new party trick. The bandit is screaming his lungs out as Laika's demonic power starts cooking his arm like a cheap hot dog. And there goes the arm clean off. Our boy just disarmed him, literally. Laika hits him with the ice-cold, "I told you not to come closer" line. Absolute savage. The rest of the bandit hits the floor and our boy is just standing there like he didn't just delete a dude. My man is just as surprised as we are, realizing his power isn't just for swords. He's got a whole damn arsenal. Leica checks on the kid he just saved, who is understandably bugging out at the glowing demon man. Our boy realizes his edgy demon form isn't exactly kid-friendly and powers down the flaming eye. The kid just starts bawling, probably because his day involved a knife to the throat and a demon lord. Leica's just standing there looking like a final boss while this poor kid has a full-on meltdown. My man decides to turn off the scary demon mode, probably realizing he's not helping the situation. And just like that, he's back to being a soft boy, comforting the kid he just rescued. Then our boy wakes up with a kid on his chest, looking like he just got roofied at a daycare. Turns out he passed out after the fight, and the kids are trying to wake up their new demon dad. And we cut to a fancy-ass building that's definitely the Divine Knight's headquarters. Oh look, it's blue-hair Kieran still looking pissed off at the world from a balcony. Blue-hair Kieran spots someone and looks less than thrilled to have company on his emo balcony. My man immediately starts trying to stop whatever's happening, looking absolutely stressed out by the incoming bullshit. And it's the kids Leica saved, dragging his unconscious ass to the front door like a war trophy. Our boy is completely out of it, drooling and everything, while his new fan club does all the heavy lifting. Kieran is just watching this whole clown show unfold from above, completely baffled by the delivery service. The kids are explaining how their new hero just folded some bandits and then immediately took a nap. So Kieran just fireman carries our boy while lecturing his unconscious ass about being a public nuisance. My man is giving him a demerit while Leica is literally in dreamland. The hater energy is still strong. Kieran is hauling our boy into the main base, probably regretting not letting that whale finish the job. And he's presenting the problem child to the rest of the Divine Knight leadership like, so what's the return policy on this? So the leadership is judging our boy, and this pink-haired maid is already down bad for him. But her emo deputy is on that haterade, calling our boy an idiot for taking a nap. Then Old Man Monocle chimes in, basically calling Leica a weakling for passing out on his first day. And Smug Buns is just disappointed our boy isn't the big scary monster he heard about. But Red Hair, the big boss, steps in to tell her whole squad to chill the hell out. She's got that classic all according to plan smirk, saying they'll just keep an eye on him. So the whole council agrees to put our boy on probation, waiting to see what he does next. Cut to the next morning at the ridiculously fancy Night HQ, a major glow-up from the orphanage. And our boy wakes up to a feast that's probably worth more than the entire orphanage. My man is about to absolutely inhale this food, looking like he's never seen a real meal before. My man is having a full-blown spiritual awakening over a buffet table, and he immediately goes feral, inhaling food like he's been starved his whole life, which he has. Bro almost chokes to death on his first good meal, and someone has to intervene. A nice maid shows up to save him from his own appetite, and she's already being way too kind. She's telling him to chill out, reminding him this isn't the orphanage Hunger Games anymore. Our boy is so flustered by basic human decency that he's blushing like he just got confessed to. The maid is just doing her job, but Leica is watching her like she's an actual angel. And we get the PTSD flashback to the Fishbone special, realizing he's finally escaped that hell. He's remembering getting his ass beat by the muscle, glad that's not his daily routine anymore. My man is genuinely smiling for the first time, hyped about his new life and his fresh new uniform. And just when he's enjoying his food, some new guy shows up to ruin the vibe. Oh, it's the emo deputy from the council, and he's interrupting our boy's first decent meal. My man is giving Leica the "I'm judging your entire existence" stare. Classic hater behavior. Leica's just like, yeah? Completely confused why this dude is starting shit during breakfast. The emo deputy gets right in his face for a vibe check, and Leica's just trying not to choke. Our boy is still processing the food and this new asshole's sudden appearance. And the emo deputy just scoffs and walks off like he's too cool for this conversation. He calls our boy an idiot, and Leica immediately spits out his food in pure, unadulterated rage. This dude is already trying to haze him, saying he's gonna see if Leica is useful or just trash. Leica is absolutely losing it, screaming at this new hater for being a random dickhead. Leica is screaming back at the new hater, who introduces himself as Kenneth. And this emo-ass Kenneth pulls rank, calling himself a vice commander like that explains his shit attitude. Kenneth immediately tells our boy to shut up and follow him, skipping all the pleasantries. Then he starts yelling at the nice maid, proving he's just an all-around dickhead to everyone. Hold the fuck up, the nice maid is actually a branch commander named Fran. What a plot twist. Our boy is completely losing his shit while Fran calls Kenneth honey. This is a whole-ass soap opera. Leica is still processing that the maid who saved him from choking is actually a high-ranking boss. So now our boy is stuck on a walk with the emo hater and the commander who cosplays as a maid. My man is having a full system reboot, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And Fran is already patting his head like he's a lost puppy, which is probably not helping his confusion. Fran lays down the mission goal with the most wholesome, protect the smiles energy I've ever seen. Our boy is just sweating, completely unprepared for this level of genuine kindness from a superior officer. Fran is just vibing and humming, but our boy is still trying to figure out if she's a commander or a Disney princess. Laika's internal monologue is just, she can't be a boss, while Emo Kenneth just lurks in the background. Fran starts the mission briefing with a cutesy pose, and our boy is still not taking her seriously at all. Emo Kenneth finally explains the mission. Some low-level monsters are harassing villagers, a classic tutorial quest. And Kenneth drops the bomb. This isn't a mission, it's a pop quiz to see if Laika is worth keeping. Fran gets dead serious, confirming the whole leadership council is judging his every move right now. Our boy is absolutely bugging out, realizing he's on probation and could get kicked out at any moment. And the PTSD kicks in as he realizes failing means going back to the orphanage. The pressure is on. Fran hits him with the, I've got high hopes for you. And my man is not equipped to handle positive reinforcement. She tells him red hair has been gassing him up, which is the first compliment he's gotten that wasn't followed by a punch. Our boy is just short-circuiting, repeating high hopes like he's never heard the words before. And just like that, a little bit of praise turns our boy into a goddamn shonen protagonist. My man is already flexing, saying he'll solo the mission, completely forgetting he just learned how to use his powers yesterday. But Emo Kenneth immediately hits him with the, you got carried home by toddlers, shutting that shit down real quick. Kenneth reminds him this is a performance review, and if he sucks, he's getting fired and sent back to hell. And he finishes the roast by saying Laika's face already screams unemployed. God damn, this dude is ruthless. Our boy Laika just completely snaps, going from 0 to 100 after that last insult. Laika starts screaming about Kenneth's attitude, and Kenneth is just like, you really want to know why I'm in charge? And Fran jumps in to play mom, telling her two angry children to stop fighting in public. She explains Kenneth's vow literally forces him to be an asshole. What a convenient excuse. Our boy Laika hears covenant and seems to accept the explanation, finally chilling out. Oh, never mind, he's just processing the information before having an even bigger meltdown. Laika screams if he really thinks he's an idiot, and Kenneth just hits him with the coldest I do. Cut to the mission, and Kenneth is already starting round 2 of the interrogation. Kenneth calls him out, asking if it's true he got his powers without making a deal. Our boy gets all defensive, basically confirming he's a walking cheat code with no contract. Kenneth starts lecturing him on the basics, explaining that power comes with a price. And he drops the mic, saying bigger sacrifices mean bigger power, implying Laika is a fraud. Our boy Laika tries to act tough, screaming that he already knows the deal. He does not. So Emo Kenneth just pulls out a whole-ass gun and shoves it right in his face. And this psycho just blasts him point blank in the head to prove a point. What the fuck? Kenneth starts his welcome to the team speech, which is just a list of reasons to quit. He drops the bomb that 1/3 of all recruits die in 6 months, and Laika's soul leaves his body. Our boy is just realizing Kenneth teleported behind him, proving the power gap is a goddamn canyon. Laika's finally processing that this new life is just as likely to get him killed as the old one. Kenneth gets back in his face, calling him out for wanting a free power-up with no strings attached. My man is just staring down the barrel, probably realizing he should have just eaten his breakfast quietly. And just like that, our boy is completely humbled, sweating bullets and looking like he's about to cry. And Fran, the maid commander, finally steps in, telling Emo Kenneth to stop the world's most aggressive job interview. Kenneth is actually surprised our boy has the balls to talk back after getting a gun shoved in his face. Our boy admits he's a walking cheat code, but starts powering up his demon mode right in the barrel. My man just grabs the damn gun, saying he's not about to lose his first real job. Laika's got that I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me look on his face. He's screaming about finally getting a soft bed and real food, and no contract is gonna stop him now. My man is basically saying he'll sell his soul for this gig, which is kinda what he already did. And he goes full demon mode, screaming that he's not going back to that shithole orphanage ever. Emo Kenneth is finally bugging out, realizing his little intimidation tactic just activated our boy's final form. Kenneth is getting his whole shit pushed in, struggling to hold his gun against Laika's raw demonic energy. And Fran, the maid commander, finally steps in, telling her two problem children to stop their little pissing contest. She hits them with the love the energy line, which is the nicest way of saying you're both being idiots. Then she pulls out a giant-ass fork, reminding them who the real boss is around here. And just like that, the whole forest lights up with red eyes. The tutorial quest just got a difficulty spike. Yeah, that's not just a few monsters, that's a whole damn rave party of them waiting in the wings. Our boy and the emo hater finally stop beefing long enough to realize they're about to get jumped. Fran is just standing there, telling them to use that hater energy on the actual enemies for once. And a giant snake boss immediately tries to swallow them whole, skipping the damn intro cutscene. Our boy Laika is absolutely done with this shit and is ready to throw hands with the entire forest. And he immediately unleashes a demonic Kamehameha right down the snake's throat. No warm-up needed. Emo Kenneth actually saves our boy from the snake, but Laika is still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. The snake boss hits them with the "it was a trap" monologue, and Kenneth is just like, "No shit, Sherlock." We get a flashback to the one-punch nuke our boy just dropped, which was apparently his whole mana bar. And just like that, our boy is completely gassed out, realizing he blew his whole load on the opening move. Oh great, now the snake's got a tongue that looks like it's about to commit several war crimes. And the tongue just yoinks both our boy and the emo hater, with Fran getting caught in the crossfire. Laika is absolutely losing his shit, screaming at the tongue like it's gonna listen to him. Then they see Fran the maid commander get absolutely yeeted into the stratosphere. So much for backup. Our boy is watching his boss get launched, probably thinking he's about to get fired and eaten. But Fran is just flying back down with a smile, looking like this is just a normal Tuesday for her. Fran the maid commander is literally scolding the snake monster for its bad manners while falling, and she just whips out a giant-ass spoon, ready to serve this thing a lesson in etiquette. My girl is flying through the air with a glowing pink spoon of death. What a goddamn flex. She just skewers the snake's tongue mid-attack, because talking with your mouth full is rude. The snake is just screaming in agony after getting its tongue absolutely wrecked by a piece of cutlery. Fran just lands and watches as the monster gets yeeted into the sky. "Problem solved," she says. Hold up, the spoon just transformed into a giant butter knife. She's got the whole damn silverware drawer. And now she's airborne again, about to turn this snake and his little buddy into a monster salad. She hits them with the anime flash step combo, turning the sky into a goddamn rave. And the snake boss gets diced into a million pieces. Fran just soloed the tutorial quest. Our boy and the emo hater are still getting squeezed by the dead snake tongue, looking absolutely pathetic. And Fran the maid commander just steps on the monster's remains like it's a damn doormat. She's congratulating them for being good little monster bait while they're still getting choked out. So she admits she used them as bait, hoping the boss would show up. This woman is a menace. Our boy and the hater are just processing that their boss is a psycho who almost got them killed for science. And now she's shipping them, which is the last thing these two wanted to hear while being forcibly cuddled. Both of them are absolutely fuming, trying to deny their new bromance while blushing like idiots. The whole squad is just standing over the monster corpse like they didn't almost get deleted 2 minutes ago. Our boy is shirtless again, staring at Fran like he's trying to figure out if she's a god or a demon. And Fran just hits him with that wholesome smile, completely oblivious to the existential crisis she just caused. Our boy's internal monologue is just him realizing Fran soloed that thing without even messing up her hair. Laika is still having a full system meltdown over her power level, and she's just like, "You good?" And now Fran is praying over the monster she just turned into a pile of sashimi. What a weirdo. She explains that the monster was once human, so she gives them last rites. That's dark as hell. So yeah, it turns out people just get turned into monsters if they get a bad magic radiation tan. Our boy Laika just takes this horrifying new information completely in stride. He's seen worse. But emo Kenneth finally speaks up, saying this whole situation is sketchy as fuck. Kenneth points out that a boss-level monster has no business spawning this close to the main city. Fran agrees that this whole thing feels like a setup, confirming this wasn't just a random encounter. Then she spots something on the ground and immediately realizes what's going on. Plot twist incoming. And just like that, Fran the maid commander goes from wholesome to screaming for everyone to run for their lives. The whole squad gets hit with a wave of pure pressure, getting absolutely ragdolled by an invisible force. Yeah, they're completely paralyzed, realizing they just walked into the real boss's living room. Some new mystery voice starts monologuing about how disappointed he is in his little monster pet. And the new big bad makes his grand entrance by stomping a new crater into the forest floor. The whole squad is just staring, realizing Fran's setup theory was a massive understatement. Oh great, it's a giant hooded figure radiating pure, "I'm the final boss of this DLC" energy. Fran the maid commander actually recognizes this new asshole, and she is not happy to see him. The new villain is pissed they killed his child, which is a weird way to talk about a giant snake. And he hits them with the "humans are ugly" speech while standing over the monster guts. Classic villain move. Fran the maid commander is finally pissed, asking the new guy for his name before she deletes him. And the new big bad just hits her with the finger wag like she's a misbehaving toddler. This psycho just flexes and slams the whole squad into the ground with some invisible force. Even the maid commander who just soloed a boss is getting absolutely folded by this dude's aura. Our boy is having a full-on "this can't be happening" moment while eating dirt. Yeah, they're realizing the power gap between them and this new asshole is a goddamn Grand Canyon. But Emo Kenneth still has the balls to try and shoot the final boss with his little pea shooter. The villain just casually backhands him, calling him a naughty child for even trying. And just like that, Emo Kenneth is disarmed and out of the fight. One hit, that's all it took. The big bad starts monologuing about a remake, which sounds like a very painful software update. And the big bad just turned Emo Kenneth into a goddamn pile of ground beef. That's one way to end a rivalry. Yeah, my man Kenneth just got uninstalled from life with extreme prejudice. Not even a body left to bury. Our boy Laika is just eating dirt, watching his new hater get turned into a modern art installation. My man is having a full system error, trying to process the absolute beatdown he's witnessing. And that's the face of a kid realizing he's not even a side character in this new asshole's story. The big bad takes a step, and you just know he's about to make this whole situation 10 times worse. This psycho summons a new monster that's just a brain with tits. What the actual fuck is this thing? And he immediately sicks his new freak on Fran the maid commander, grabbing her by the whole damn face. The brain monster just yoinks Fran, plugging some weird-ass tentacle right into her. This is getting weird. And now Fran is getting choked out by a brain tentacle, completely helpless. So much for the silverware. And the brain monster's got a whole-ass shark mouth, because of course it does. Fran the maid commander is getting her face palmed by this thing, and she is not having a good time. Our boy Laika is just watching, his brain completely blue-screening at the sight of his boss getting folded. My man is realizing that Fran, the one who just soloed a boss, is about to get deleted right in front of him. And we get the death flag flashback to her wholesome, let's all go home safe speech. Yeah, that aged well. Another flashback hits, this time to her saying she has high hopes for him. The universe is just twisting the knife now. Our boy Laika finally snaps, screaming stop and unleashing his demon power because he's seen enough people die today. The big bad is just watching this whole thing, completely unfazed that our boy is having a shonen protagonist moment. And the villain decides to show him what a real power-up looks like, going full-on demon god mode. This psycho hits him with the flaming skull eye and a grin that says, "You are so fucked." Our boy is just screaming into the void, realizing he brought a knife to a goddamn nuke fight. The big bad just casually cooks up a delete everything ball like he's ordering takeout, and he just yeets that purple death ball with zero hesitation because property damage is for peasants. Hold up, this psycho just nuked his own brain monster while it was still holding the maid commander. And Fran is having the I'm about to be collateral damage moment of her goddamn career. Our boy is having a full body system failure, trying to process the absolute beatdown he's witnessing. My man is crying and screaming, pushing his demon powers so hard his eye is literally on fire. And he gets the stress-induced anime glow-up, complete with the classic white hair power-up. The big bad is just standing there, watching this whole transformation like he's waiting for a cutscene to finish. And the new power-up lasts all of 5 seconds before our boy just face plants into the dirt. The big bad is just staring, actually impressed that our boy's power-up didn't just fizzle out. This psycho is actually complimenting Laika for not getting instantly crushed by his gravity cheat code. The villain is still analyzing our boy, trying to figure out the source of his off-brand demon powers. And he's realizing that demonic fire isn't a local product, it's some imported, top-shelf bullshit. My man calls the situation interesting, which is the universal villain code for I'm about to do some fucked up science. And this psycho just grabs our unconscious boy by the face like he's inspecting a piece of produce. Our boy is getting his whole soul scanned while he's out cold. This is a major privacy violation. And the villain sees the source code, a full-on demonic eye that's radiating pure do not touch energy. The big bad finally connects the dots, realizing our boy made a pact with some Cthulhu-ass god and is now super jealous. Then we get a fucked up vision of Laika screaming while some shadowy figures get lynched above him. That's a new trauma unlocked. The demon god that gave our boy his powers is actually impressed by the fucked up deal he made. And this creepy-ass entity is now fully awake and paying attention to the current shit show. But hold up, our boy just blasted the final boss point blank while he was busy monologuing. The big bad is completely caught off guard, wondering how the unconscious kid just shot him. Our boy is back online telling the villain to shut the hell up with his goddamn monologue. And he just starts ripping the big bad in half with his bare hands. No more Mr. Nice Guy. The villain is absolutely bugging out, realizing he just got styled on by the tutorial character. And just like that, the final boss is face down in the dirt. My man got one tapped. Laika just walks away from the body like he's taking out the trash. Job's done, I guess. Oh, never mind, the power-up just expired and he's back to being a face-planting dumbass. And we're back to the crater, with Fran the maid commander looking like she just went 12 rounds with God. She's looking at our boy's unconscious ass and the villain's body, asking if he actually won. Fran is completely bugging out, trying to process how the rookie just soloed the final boss. But hold up, the big bad's body is looking a little empty. That's not a good sign. Fran goes to check the body and just smacks an empty-ass cloak. They got played. Turns out the final boss was just a goddamn puppet. They fought a remote-controlled toy. Fran connects the dots, realizing that Psycho wasn't even here. He was playing them the whole time. Some other knight who survived is checking on Laika, who's still doing his post-power-up nap. Fran confirms our boy is just unconscious, having blown his entire power bar on a damn decoy. And Fran is looking pissed, probably realizing the real asshole is still out there laughing at them. Fran is realizing the big bad was just mass-producing monsters like a damn factory. And we get a flashback to the real villain's aura, confirming he's on a whole other level of bullshit. Hold up, we're cutting to some new white-haired girl who's having a full-blown panic attack. And she drops the villain's name, Ruler Tempest, like he's the goddamn final boss of the universe. So we cut to a whole new town, probably where this Tempest asshole is running his operation. And some little witch kid immediately starts yelling at someone for taking a nap. No chill. Oh, she's yelling at some new white-haired pretty boy who's passed out on the couch. My man was literally sleeping with a book on his face. This is peak, I'm too smart for this energy. The little witch is just roasting him for being a lazy bum and he's just taking it. And our new book boy is just sitting there, looking completely unbothered by his tiny new boss. And our new book boy villain wakes up talking about the interesting dream where he just deleted a whole squad. His tiny witch boss is roasting him for being a clumsy adult while he's still hyped about finding our boy Laika. This psycho is so lazy he's using magic to pour his own damn tea. The villainy is off the charts. Bookboy is just sipping his tea, completely unbothered by the fact he just committed several war crimes via astral projection. He's sitting in a library the size of a city, looking outside and calling the sky beautiful. And by beautiful, he means the sky is literally cracking like a goddamn windshield. This is his fault, isn't it? Cut back to Emo Kenneth carrying our boy's unconscious ass while Fran the maid commander leads the retreat. Kenneth is actually trying to be a good teammate, telling our boy to hang on while he's still knocked out. Our boy Laika is completely out of commission, looking like he just went 10 rounds with God and lost in the first second. And we get a flashback to his 5-second God mode, laughing like a psycho as he one-tapped the final boss's puppet. And we get a flashback to the demon god, who's impressed by whatever fucked up deal our boy made to get his powers. Cut back to the fancy-ass Night HQ where the adults are about to have a very serious talk. And our boy is on the operating table while the whole council debates if his interdimensional contract voids the warranty. The whole leadership is here, and they're all judging our boy's unconscious ass like he's on trial. Old Man Grift is the first hater to speak up, saying our boy's cheat codes are against the damn rules. But Ponytail Jack is like, yeah, but did you see the size of that nuke he dropped? He's a fan. And we get a replay of the fuck you beam that one-tapped the final boss's puppet. Point proven. Blue hair Kieran is playing the reasonable one, saying our boy is useful, but they can't trust the villain's intel. Then this new Scarface hater chimes in, saying our boy is too risky and they should just toss him out. And Scarface Gavin doubles down, calling our boy a chaos agent. The hater club is getting bigger, and Smug Buns is giving our boy the death stare, probably calculating if he's worth the trouble. Red Hair is running the meeting while our boy is still taking a nap on the operating table. The big boss is looking like she's about to make a decision that's gonna piss someone off. Blue hair Kieran puts Fran the maid commander on the spot, asking for the eyewitness report. And Fran is looking like she just saw a ghost, which, to be fair, she kinda did. She admits that she and Kenneth got absolutely folded, and our boy was the only one who could move. She drops the bomb that if our boy hadn't gone berserk, they'd all be a red stain on the forest floor. But she hits them with the big, however, and you just know the bad news is coming. She points out that his God mode comes with a psycho laugh and zero control, which is a huge problem. And now she's about to drop some more intel she's heard, probably about how unstable he is. Smug Buns is listening to the report that our boy's power has a nap time cooldown after every use. And Scarface Gavin hits them with the, is a walking nuke with a sleep timer really under control? The whole council is just staring at our boy's unconscious ass like he's a science experiment gone wrong. Red Hair is just face-palming, probably wondering if recruiting this kid was her worst idea yet. So the big question is if our boy can actually control his cheat codes, or if he's just a liability. The whole squad of haters and fans are just staring, trying to decide the kid's fate. Red Hair puts Scarface Gavin on the spot, asking what it'll take to get him off our boy's back. Scarface Gavin is thinking up the most fucked up hazing ritual he can possibly imagine, and he drops the Trial of the Guarded Flame, which sounds like a guaranteed way to get someone killed. Even the other haters are bugging out, realizing Scarface just suggested throwing our boy into a volcano. Red Hair makes the call, telling Ponytail Jack to get our boy patched up for his next near-death experience. And by patched up, she means they're literally sending him to hell for his final exam. Red Hair is just smirking, telling them to make sure he's in perfect condition before they try to kill him again. Our boy is just sleeping, completely unaware his new job's orientation is a trip to the underworld. And we cut to his nightmare, where he's reliving the moment he signed his soul away for cheat codes. The demon god is back in his head, confirming our boy made a deal with some interdimensional Cthulhu. Yeah, his power source is confirmed to be some off-brand, imported god from another dimension. And the demon god is absolutely baffled by what our boy offered up to seal the deal. We see baby Laika in this hellscape, and the demon god is still hung up on the price he paid. The demon god calls the deal disgusting, meaning our boy offered something so fucked up, it shocked a literal demon. Our boy is still in his nightmare, screaming at the demon god in his head to shut the hell up, and he wakes up to find emo Kenneth just chilling in his room like a goddamn vampire. Kenneth hits him with the "so you're finally awake," and our boy is still trying to process what's real. The hater is roasting him for sleeping so long, even after they pumped him full of healing magic. Laika immediately asks about the final boss, and Kenneth just says the immediate threat is gone. Hold the fuck up, is emo Kenneth actually blushing? The hater-in-chief has a soft spot? Our boy is just staring, completely baffled by this new development, and Kenneth is trying to play it cool, and he actually thanks our boy, admitting he saved them. This is the biggest plot twist of the whole damn series. Laika's brain just blue-screened. A genuine compliment from his #1 hater was not on his bingo card. And now they're having a full-on tsundere moment, with Kenneth admitting he was worried. The bromance is official. Our boy Laika calls him out, realizing the emo hater is just a big softie who can't lie for shit. And Kenneth is blushing harder than a middle schooler, trying to act tough but failing miserably. He just drops a thanks and walks out, officially ending his hater career. The bromance is real. But the tender moment gets interrupted by blue-hair Kieran, who's got the worst timing in history, and the hater-in-chief introduces himself, looking like he's about to ruin our boy's whole week. Kieran gets right to it, saying the council has decided our boy's fate. This sounds like an HR meeting from hell. Our boy is just sitting in bed, completely unaware he's about to get the worst news of his life. And Kieran drops the bomb. He's got to do the trial of the guarded flame. Yeah, they're trying to kill him. Even emo Kenneth is losing his shit, knowing that trial is basically a death sentence with extra steps. But our boy is just confused, asking what a trial is like. He didn't just get handed his own execution order. Emo Kenneth is losing his mind, screaming at Kieran that sending the rookie to his death is just reckless. But blue-hair Kieran just pulls rank, telling him to shut up because he's running this little death march. Our boy Laika, completely missing the danger, just asks if passing this trial makes him an official member. And the exposition drop confirms this trial is for high-level execs, not some random orphan off the street. Emo Kenneth is just fuming, realizing they're sending a kid who just learned magic to a final exam. He just screams at our boy that this isn't a test, it's a goddamn execution order with extra steps. And the penny finally drops. Our boy is realizing this isn't just another hazing ritual. Kieran lays down the grim as fuck stats. Most people fail, and a third of them go completely insane. And the rest just die. We get a nice little visual aid for that option, just in case. So Kieran just stares him down, basically telling him to sign his own death warrant or get the fuck out. Emo Kenneth is just staring at our boy, realizing his new friend is about to get deleted on day 1. Our boy Laika admits he's too dumb for the politics, but he knows what's on the line here. And he hits them with the full-power shonen protagonist smile, saying, this is the only home he's got. My man is ready to die for a soft bed and 3 meals a day. The bar is on the floor, but he's clearing it. 5 days later, blue-hair Kieran is dropping him off at the entrance to his own execution. Kieran breaks down the death trial into 2 easy steps, like it's a goddamn IKEA manual. Step 1, survive in this creepy-ass cave for 3 days. Easy enough, right? Our boy asks about part 2, probably expecting to fight a dragon or some shit. And Kieran just hits him with the this thing, building up the suspense for the real bullshit. And it's a goddamn candle. They're gonna make him survive 3 days in hell with a fucking candle. Kieran tells him to juice up the candle with his power, and our boy is just like, the fuck? And my man immediately creates a goddamn flamethrower and acts surprised that it's hot. Genius. So the rule is simple. Babysit this fucking candle for 3 days or you're fired. And also dead. Our boy is still trying to process that his final exam is a 3-day-long escort mission for a candle. And Kieran drops the fine print. That flame is basically a giant eat me sign for every monster in a 10-mile radius. And that's the face of a man realizing he just signed up to be a walking, talking monster buffet. Blue-hair Kieran hits him with the don't die, which is the most sunder shit I've ever heard from a boss. And just like that, our boy starts his 3-day trial of getting his ass kicked in a cave. My man is already deep in this creepy-ass cave, looking like a lost kid at a horror convention. He's trying to look tough, but you know he's one spooky noise away from shitting his pants. My man is already complaining about the air quality, realizing this cave is basically a magical hotbox. He's trying to look tough, but you know he's realizing this place is a 5-star resort for monsters. So yeah, Kieran basically dropped him off at a monster convention and told him to have fun. And blue hair Kieran is breaking down the 2 ways our boy is probably gonna die in here. Step 1, just survive for 3 days in a place specifically designed to kill you. No big deal. And the welcoming committee is already here, with this purple worm thing dropping in unannounced. So not only does he have to fight, he's on babysitting duty for this goddamn candle. Kieran is basically saying, if this candle goes out, so do you. The pressure is on. Our boy immediately has to throw hands with this worm, all while trying not to drop his stupid candle. And he hits it with the demon-powered slash because there's no time for a warm-up in this hellhole. My man is already in the thick of it, trying to slice and dice without dropping his damn nightlight. And the worm gets turned into calamari. First customer of the day, handled with extreme prejudice. But our boy immediately realizes something is wrong, looking like he just saw his mana bill. Yeah, his candle is burning like a goddamn jet engine. He's got no chill with his power output. And Kieran's voiceover confirms it. The candle is literally draining his life force to stay lit. So now he's got to learn power management on the fly, trying to turn his flamethrower back into a candle. My man is literally giving himself a pep talk to stop wasting his entire power bar on a damn light source. He finally gets the flame under control and continues his 3-day camping trip from hell. And Kieran's voiceover hits him with the, "See you in 3 days if you're not dead." That's the face of a kid realizing he's got 71 hours and 59 minutes of this bullshit left. And the cave is just a goddamn monster convention, with everyone lining up for a piece of our boy. This pink spiky motherfucker is looking at him like he's the last chicken nugget on earth. Our boy is just thinking about that soft bed, realizing he's got to survive this bullshit to keep it. And we get the dramatic, "and if you cannot," which is the universal sign for, you're fucked. Yep, you will die. My man is finally realizing this isn't a test, it's a goddamn execution. Even the one-eyed gecko-looking shits are showing up for the all-you-can-eat buffet. Hold up, did our boy just nuke the entire cave? All the monsters are just floating like dead fish. Oh, blue-hair Kieran is just watching the whole thing on his magic TV. This is entertainment for them. Kieran is watching with his "I'm not impressed" face while his sidekick looks absolutely horrified. Yeah, the sidekick is having a full-on "we sent a child to die" moment of clarity. Kieran's sidekick is still having his "oh shit, we're murderers" moment, realizing this trial is impossible. Blue-hair Kieran explains this whole death trial is just to shut up the hater faction in the council. And by hater faction, he means this one ugly motherfucker, Scarface Gavan. But blue-hair Kieran hits him with the "however" because he's got a little faith in our boy. My man Kieran is getting that he might just be crazy enough to pull this off look in his eye. Kieran actually says he thinks our boy will pull through, and his sidekick is just like, the fuck? Meanwhile, our boy is playing a real-life game of bullet hell, trying not to drop his damn candle. Laika realizes playing defense for 3 days is a losing game. He's just gonna get cornered and eaten. So he decides to go on the offense, powering up his demon eye and turning his candle into a beacon. My man just turned his sword into a goddamn lightsaber, ready to burn this whole cave down. My man's candle is now a goddamn lighthouse, basically screaming free food to the entire cave. And the local wildlife is taking the bait, looking at the light like it's the second coming of Christ. The whole damn monster convention is pulling up, ready to see what all the fuss is about. Our boy's plan is to turn himself into the world's deadliest bug zapper. Bold strategy, let's see if it pays off. He's got that "I'm about to solve all my problems with one giant explosion" look on his face. The entire monster population of this cave has shown up to jump him. The odds are not great. And our boy just goes full-on Super Saiyan, screaming so hard he's about to break the sound barrier. He just detonates his entire mana bar in a single "fuck you" explosion, taking everyone with him. And just like that, the entire cave is empty. Our boy just committed monster genocide. The aftermath is just a goddamn meat explosion. He didn't just kill them, he vaporized them. Our boy is just standing in the middle of the crater he just made, looking like a final boss himself. He's got that "how you like me now" psycho grin, completely hyped about his monster genocide. Back at HQ, Kieran's sidekick is losing his shit while Kieran is trying to act like this is normal. The sidekick realizes our boy's plan is to just nuke the whole level and then take a 3-day nap. And our boy is already shirtless and panting, realizing he just blew his whole load on day 1. But blue-hair Kieran is actually smiling, impressed that the dumbass strategy might actually work. Kieran admits that if this idiot actually pulls it off, it'll be legendary. The hater is turning into a fan. But Kieran's face immediately drops, realizing something on his magic TV is not part of the script. My man Kieran slams his hand into the water, realizing the real final boss just logged on. Yeah, some new blue ghost-looking motherfucker just showed up. The tutorial is officially over. Our boy is having a full-on nightmare, realizing his nuke everything plan had a major flaw. And Scarface Gavin is watching the whole thing, looking smug as fuck that his little death trap is working. Blue hair Kieran is absolutely fuming, realizing Scarface put a secret boss in the tutorial level. Back in the cave, our boy is running on fumes and his little candle is looking pathetic as hell. My man thinks he can just chill for 3 days now that he's cleared the room. Sweet summer child. And a goddamn laser beam just zips past his head, interrupting his much-needed nap time. Our boy is just like, huh? As the cave wall behind him gets absolutely vaporized. That's the face of a man realizing the server just spawned a world boss right on top of him. And a giant-ass robot foot stomps down, confirming this is no longer a tutorial quest. Oh great, it's a whole-ass mech with a Terminate with Extreme Prejudice look in its eye. So the secret boss is a 6-armed spider bot that looks like it's about to ask for our boy's lightsaber collection. Our boy is just staring up at this thing, realizing his nuke the room plan didn't account for the DLC boss. And blue hair Kieran is watching on his magic iPad, confirming this bullshit was not in the patch notes. He calls this thing a Berserach, which is nerd for, you are absolutely royally fucked. So this thing is a friendly fire incident waiting to happen, a weapon made by his own damn team. Yeah, it's an anti-monster death machine, and our boy is currently flagged as monster. Blue hair Kieran is absolutely losing his shit on the phone, calling out Scarface for this little stunt. And of course, it's Scarface Gavin on the other end, looking like he just won the biggest asshole award. This psycho just says he was testing a prototype, and our boy's life was just a convenient field test. He's basically saying, oops, my bad, like he didn't just sick a murder bot on the new hire. Blue hair Kieran is absolutely losing his shit, refusing to believe Scarface's bullshit excuse. Scarface Gavin hits him with the rules are rules speech, basically saying, sucks to be him. This psycho says if our boy can't handle a surprise murder bot, he's not worth keeping anyway. And Scarface Gavin has the most punchable, I'm a fucking villain grin I've ever seen. This motherfucker just hangs up, completely unbothered that he just sent a kid to his death. And just when you think he can't get any more evil, someone knocks on his door. Hold the fuck up, it's Fran the maid commander, bringing the hater-in-chief some goddamn tea. Scarface Gavin calls her out for cosplaying as a maid, and she just says it's a hobby. This dude just sips his tea while Fran gives him the most unsettling, I know something you don't smile. And she points out he's in a good mood, probably because he thinks he just got our boy killed. Scarface Gavin is just sipping his tea, saying he's in a great mood now that he's about to get our boy killed. This psycho is watching the whole thing on his magic mirror, calling our boy a concern he's about to eliminate. Meanwhile, our boy is playing real-life Space Invaders against a 6-armed murder bot. Laika actually manages to parry a goddamn laser beam with his candle, which is a new level of bullshit. He's charging up what's left of his mana for one last fuck you energy ball. And he just yeets his entire life savings at the murder bot, hoping for a one-shot kill. My man lands thinking he just won, but he's about to learn a hard lesson about plot armor. And that's the face of a man realizing his ultimate attack was just a goddamn firecracker. The murder bot is completely unfazed, pulling out all 6 of its you're fucked swords. Our boy is having a full system error, realizing his cheat codes just hit a goddamn paywall. Our boy is realizing his candle and his life are about to get snuffed out by this DLC boss. And his little life force candle is flickering, which is the universal sign for you're about to die. The murder bot goes full-on anime combo, not even giving our boy a chance to breathe. My man is trying to parry a 6-sword combo with a goddamn candle. The ball's on this kid. And the murder bot's got him on lock, running the you are so fucked analysis in its HUD. Our boy finally admits he's running on empty and his fire powers are just a fancy lighter now. He realizes his main damage type is completely useless against a giant metal asshole. Great planning. My man is just dodging for his life, completely out of ideas and about to get turned into a shish kebab. He's completely gassed, face-planting into the dirt while trying to keep his stupid candle lit. And now they're just having a stare down while our boy tries to remember how to breathe. The murder bot is just staring, probably running the how to turn this kid into a fine paste calculation. Our boy is finally using his brain, trying to find a weak spot now that hit it really hard isn't working. And we're back to the stare down, with our boy looking like he's about to cry and the bot looking bored. The murder bot is just camping on the high ground like a goddamn Call of Duty player. Our boy is confused why the murder bot isn't finishing the job. Bro, it's savoring the moment. Oh, never mind, it just shot a goddamn laser at him the second he moved. So much for a truce. And Laika gets absolutely yeeted by the shockwave because of course he does. He's realizing the bot is just toying with him, charging up another fuck you laser. And the penny drops. This thing is a motion-activated turret. Don't move, don't die. So our boy plants his feet, ready to test his new stand really still theory. This should go well. Our boy's stand still plan lasts all of 2 seconds before he decides to just charge the damn thing head on. And the murder bot immediately starts charging its fuck you lasers because of course it does. My man cooks up 2 little fireballs, getting ready to play the world's deadliest game of catch. He eats the fireballs at its legs, basically screaming, "How you like me now?" at the murder bot. The murder bot just style dodges his attack, pulling out its swords like it's about to go full blender mode. And the dumbass bot just starts slicing its own legs off trying to hit him. The plan actually worked. Our boy's galaxy brain plan is to make the murder bot shoot itself in the goddamn face. So he just jumps right in front of the laser, using himself as the world's dumbest bait. My man is screaming, "Die, you bastard," like he's the main character of a goddamn action movie. And the murder bot takes the bait, blasting a hole right through its own goddamn chest. The murder bot is having a full system meltdown after our boy's galaxy brain play actually worked. Hold up, the bot's not dead yet, and it's grabbing its own goddamn power core like a final fuck you. Our boy Laika just goes full savage mode, ripping the damn thing's heart out with his bare hands. And the murder bot finally dies, making some sad robot noises as its lights go out for good. My man is just standing over the corpse, shirtless and exhausted, but he kept the damn candle lit. Back at HQ, Scarface Gavin's magic TV just cracked, meaning his little murder cam went offline. Hold the fuck up, Scarface's hand is turning into a bunch of wires. This psycho is a goddamn robot. This dude is just grabbing his own face and saying all right like his warranty just expired. And Scarface Gavin is staring into his broken mirror, but it's our boy's face staring back. What the fuck? Yeah, this motherfucker is not human, and he's got the most unhinged "I'm the real final boss" look ever. And Fran the maid commander is just gushing to Scarface Gavin about how awesome our boy is. She's a fan. This psycho is talking about weapon upgrades and then immediately asks for sugar. His priorities are fucked. And Fran just dumps a whole ass handful of sugar cubes into his tiny teacup. This is a power move. My man just chugs the sugar sludge like a goddamn shot of espresso. What a complete weirdo. Gavin dismisses Fran and she just hits him with that polite smile. I still don't trust her. Scarface is just standing there looking menacing with his empty teacup. You know he's plotting some more bullshit. He calls the murder bot insurance, meaning he's got way worse shit planned for our boy. This psycho is staring into his magic TV, promising that the cave itself is the real final boss. Scarface Gavin is giving our boy the hater death stare from his evil lair. The beef is personal now. And our boy is just sitting in the dark, completely gassed, with no idea the whole world is watching him. Our boy is just trying to catch his breath, realizing he's got a long-ass time left in this hellhole. He's asking if the trial is over, looking like a kid who just realized he has homework after a long day. And his life force candle is basically a puddle, confirming he's running on fumes and a prayer. But just when he thinks he can chill, he spots something moving in the dark. No breaks for this kid. He's staring at the monster guts he made, thinking the sleep deprivation is making him see things. Oh nope, the goddamn meat puddle is reforming. The trash is taking itself back out. My man is having the "oh shit, it's getting closer" moment we all knew was coming. And all the little monster giblets are pulling a T-1000, reforming into something way worse. Yep, they just formed a brand new, extra ugly monster. The boss has a second phase, of course. Our boy is bugging out, realizing all the monsters he nuked are just coming back for round 2. Our boy realizes the cave has a respawn rate from hell because the magic is just too damn thick. He's having a full-on panic attack, remembering he's on a goddamn timer for this bullshit. We get a flashback to Kieran's "don't die" speech, reminding him the candle is his only lifeline. My man is back on his feet, realizing his only option is to book it and survive this hellhole. And just like that, the "I'm about to do something stupid but heroic" look is back in his eye. Oh great, the entire monster population he just deleted has respawned for round 2. He's just standing there like a lonely lighthouse in a sea of "we're gonna eat you." And his life force candle is so pathetic a light breeze could probably kill him right now. The whole squad is closing in, and our boy is playing the world's most stressful game of keep away. But my man just goes full psycho mode, grinning like he's about to enjoy this beat down. Our boy just says fuck it, and starts a mad dash through the monster mosh pit, looking absolutely unhinged. And my man spots the exit, the finish line to this 3-day marathon from hell. But of course, he gets absolutely kebabbed just a few feet from the damn exit. Classic. My man is literally holding his guts in, refusing to go down like a little bitch. He's on his knees just trying to crawl the last few feet to freedom. This is pathetic. My man is reaching for that light like it's the last slice of pizza on earth. And the welcoming committee is back to finish the job, blocking his only way out. Then he hears something and his face goes from "I'm dead" to, wait, what? Some mystery voice screams, get down, and our boy is just like, and a goddamn tidal wave of blue energy just deletes the entire monster squad for him. Backup has arrived, and the cavalry just dropped a goddamn spirit bomb, turning the entire monster squad into purple mist. Our boy is just staring up at his savior's giant-ass boot, still clutching his stupid candle for dear life. Blue-hair Kieran just rolls up like a goddamn anime rival and says, time's up. What an entrance. And he just drags our boy's half-dead ass out of the cave like he's taking out the trash. Our boy is still trying to process that he survived, asking if the 3-day-long ass-whooping is finally over. And the adrenaline finally wears off, sending him straight into his post-victory nap right on the spot. But blue-hair Kieran actually catches him, showing that the tsundere boss has a soft side after all. My man Kieran is giving him that "you crazy son of a bitch, you did it" look. The respect is real. And he hits him with the "you did good, kid," officially adopting this traumatized orphan into the squad. Our boy is finally sleeping peacefully, probably dreaming of that soft bed he almost died for. Our boy Laika wakes up with the "where the fuck am I and why am I still shirtless" face. He's on a goddamn throne in a giant hall, realizing this is way above his pay grade. My man recognizes the ceremonial chamber, which sounds like a place you either get promoted or executed. And Red Hair is here, looking smug as hell like she just planned this whole dramatic reveal. She's giving him that "welcome to the big leagues, kid" smile. This is the final interview. The whole damn council is here, surrounding him like he's on trial all over again. Red Hair announces the ceremony is starting, and our boy is just like, wait, I survived the last thing? So they're all gonna swear their loyalty to him? Bro just went from intern to a key stakeholder. Blue-hair Kiara steps up, and his vow is to never have a family. Damn, that's some heavy shit for an HR meeting. And he plants his spear, making it official. The Welcome to the Death Squad ceremony has begun. Fran the maid commander steps up, vowing to give up food for life. That's a weird flex, but okay. Emo Kenneth vows to never lie again, which is gonna make his tsundere act way harder to pull off. Old man Grift vows to give his right arm to God, which sounds like a very painful high five. And Ponytail Jack just swore to be a virgin for life. Bro, what the actual fuck is this job? Our boy Laika is just trying to process that last vow, realizing he just joined a goddamn cult. Yeah, that's the face of a kid realizing the company benefits package includes mandatory celibacy. And Scarface Gavin, the robot hater, vows to never sleep. That explains why he's such an asshole. This psycho is staring daggers, getting ready to drop the most passive-aggressive vow in history. And his vow is to never forgive traitors, looking right at our boy. The beef is officially on the menu. Our boy Laika just takes the threat, realizing this whole ceremony is just a high-stakes HR meeting. And Red Hair finally introduces herself as Arthur, the big boss, while our boy is still processing the last vow. She pulls out a goddamn Excalibur, going full-on King of Britain for her big finale. And she's about to drop her own vow while our boy just sits there like a lost puppy. Laika's brain is still buffering from the virgin for life vow, and he looks completely lost. And her vow is to renounce gender. Bro, what the fuck kind of HR department is this? Now she puts our boy on the spot, asking him to make his own fucked up vow to the death cult. She calls this whole hazing ritual a sign of trust. Yeah, sure, whatever you say, boss. The whole hater squad is just staring, waiting for our boy to say something stupid. And our boy is just stammering, completely unprepared for this high-stakes public speaking class. And some new asshole just flexes their purple aura, probably getting impatient with the rookie's stage fright. And the new hater is this long-haired, tatted-up motherfucker who looks like he just escaped a metal band. Ponytail Jack is giving the new guy the death stare, and the baldies in the back are shitting themselves. Our boy Laika is just looking confused, like, who the fuck invited the final boss to my orientation? My man finally starts his speech, introducing himself before he drops the most anticlimactic vow ever. He's sweating bullets, trying to come up with a vow that doesn't sound as insane as virgin for life. And he just hits them with the "I don't know." Bro, you had one job. He admits he doesn't even know what a vow is, just that he gave something up for his cheat codes. And we get a flashback to the demon god, reminding us our boy's power came with some fucked up fine print. But he pivots to the classic shonen protagonist speech about earning trust and getting stronger. A for effort. And he hits them with the PTSD flashback, vowing to save everyone because he's tired of watching people die. Our boy is trying to sound deep, talking about the flame of life to cover for his absolute lack of a plan. And Red Hair just accepts his vague shonen protagonist bullshit like it was the most profound vow she's ever heard. My man is still just saying, because his brain is completely offline after that public speaking nightmare. And Red Hair officially welcomes him to the death squad with a smile that says, "I love chaotic new hires." That's the face of a kid who just got a promotion he is in no way qualified for. and the whole damn council just starts clapping. Even the haters are like, yeah, sure, whatever. Our boy is just standing there shirtless, wondering how the hell his bullshit speech actually worked. My man is just bugging out, realizing he's officially part of the weirdest, most suicidal HR department ever. Red hair just walks off like a boss, leaving our boy to process the absolute clusterfuck of a ceremony. And of course, one of the haters is already talking shit, questioning how the kid with no vow got in. And Scarface Gavin is the one talking shit, calling out Red Hair for letting the kid slide. And Red Hair just hits him with the, "You made the rules, bitch," reminding him the trial was his idea. She's spinning our boy's cluelessness as trust, saying he's risking his life by being honest. But Scarface Gavin is still fuming, saying our boy's cheat codes are a liability waiting to happen. My man is having a full-on "this kid is a threat" moment. The hater energy is off the charts. Red Hair drops the lore bomb. Our boy's power is literally fueled by near-death experiences. And she's convinced this walking death flag is going to be their greatest weapon. Her logic is flawless. Scarface Gavin is just bugging out, realizing he can't argue with, "The more you try to kill him, the stronger he gets." Hold up, we just cut to some happy-go-lucky shonen squad. Who the fuck are these guys?